So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is simple. We want you to revise your current affairs because current affairs form a very important portion of your prelims examination. Around 40 to 50% of the questions are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Therefore, you cannot choose to ignore this section of your syllabus. And what better way to revise for your current affairs for your prelims examination than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Because MCQ practice would really help you ace your current affairs portion in your prelims examination. Therefore, this lecture series becomes extremely important because if you follow this lecture series consistently, regularly, then these 4 to 5 MCQs would add up to 1200 MCQs by the time you're ready for your prelims examination. So please make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. It would really serve you well. You wouldn't have to worry about your current affairs portion while appearing for your prelims examination. Okay, so let's begin today's discussion starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding heat waves in India. A temperature of 35 degrees Celsius is required for heat wave to be declared in coastal areas. A severe heat wave is declared when temperature departs by more than 4.5 degrees Celsius from normal. Due to wet bulb effect, the impact of heat wave is more intense in hot and dry regions. Okay, so the thing is that Indian Meteorological Department defines heat waves. Okay, it gives a proper definition of heat waves. It says that for plains, heat wave shall be considered if the temperature is greater than 40 degrees Celsius. For hilly regions, heat wave shall be considered if the temperature is greater than 30 degrees Celsius. And for coastal regions, heat wave shall be considered if the temperature is greater than 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is condition number 1. There are other criterias as well, but this is condition number 1. Okay, so a temperature of 35 degrees Celsius is required for heat wave to be declared in coastal areas. Absolutely incorrect. It is 37 degrees Celsius. Now, if this condition number 1 is fulfilled, then IMD takes a look at the current temperature and how much or by what amount that current temperature is more than the normal temperature. Okay, so if the current temperature of a particular place is more than 4.5 degrees Celsius to 6.4 degrees Celsius, more than normal, then it is categorized as heat wave. But if it is if the current temperature departs from the normal temperature by more than 6.4 degrees Celsius, then it is severe heat wave. Okay, so severe heat wave is declared when temperature departs by more than 4.5. No, by more than 6.4. This is also incorrect. Now, generally, it is said that in coastal areas, even if the temperature is around 35 degrees Celsius, it feels like 42, 43 degrees Celsius. Okay, the temperature is 35, but the feeling is that of 42 or 43 degrees Celsius. Now, why is that? The thing is that whenever you feel hot, your body starts to sweat. And when that sweat evaporates, well, your body cools down. Okay, but in coastal regions, well, there is a lot of humidity. Okay, already a lot of water vapor in the air. This makes evaporation difficult. So you continue to sweat profusely, but that sweat is not evaporating, so your body continues to stay hot. Okay, so even if the temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, it feels like 42 to 43 degrees Celsius. Now, this is known as wet bulb effect. Due to wet bulb effect, the impact of heat wave is more intense in hot and dry regions, no hot and wet regions, coastal regions. This is also false. No statement is correct. Okay, question number 2. Which of the following statements is correct regarding Kamikaze drones? It is an aerial weapon with a warhead that is typically designed to loiter until a target is located and then crash into it. DRDO, along with Indian Army, has developed a first-person view anti-tank kamikaze drone. The cost of kamikaze drones is very high and requires high-tech expertise for deployment. Okay. Now, drones we all understand. What are drones? Unmanned aerial vehicles. They are remotely operated. Okay. But what do you mean by this term kamikaze? So, kamikaze is a Japanese word. And kamikaze are like suicide fighters. Okay. So, kamikaze drones are also known as suicide drones. Why? Because they carry a lot of bombs, and then these drones, while carrying a lot of bombs, crash into the target. Suppose this drone wants to destroy a tank, so it will crash into the tank and the bombs on it will explode. So this drone will die in the process after destroying the tank. That is why they are known as suicide drones. So it is an aerial weapon with a warhead that is typically designed to loiter, that means roam around until a target is located and then crash into it. Absolutely correct. Okay. And the best part is these drones are low cost. That is why you don't worry about them self-destructing themselves to destroy an enemy target. Okay. Because you can make more of them afterwards because they are low cost. Now, India has developed a kamikaze drone of its own. It was developed by Indian Army in collaboration with DRDO. It is an anti-tank kamikaze drone. Absolutely correct. The cost of kamikaze drones is very high. No, I just told you it's low cost. That is why we send it on suicide missions. Okay. So this is false. 1 and 2. The answer is A. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding India's National Gene Bank. It is a repository of plant genetic material, seeds, tissue, pollen, designed to conserve biodiversity and protect crop varieties from extinction. India will establish its first gene bank as announced under Investing in Innovations theme of Union Budget 25-26. It shall be managed by Indian Council of Agricultural Research's National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. Okay. So what is a National Gene Bank? So National Gene Bank is basically a bank where all the genetic material, okay, of all the plants in India shall be stored and conserved so that in future, if any particular crop variety becomes extinct, we can reintroduce it into the environment, right? So first statement is absolutely correct. Now, India established its first gene bank in 1996. Now India is going to establish its second national gene bank under Investing in Innovation theme of Union Budget 25-26. So it's not first, it's second. So this statement is false. Now both these gene banks are managed by Indian Council of Agricultural Research's National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. This part is correct. 1 and 3, answer is A. And last, which of the following statements are correct regarding Operation Brahma? It is a relief and rescue effort by India for earthquake-hit regions of Myanmar and neighboring countries. Shatrujit Brigade Medical Responder Team of the Indian Army has been deployed for this. Apart from Indian Army, only National Disaster Response Force is participating in this operation. Okay. So as you all know that Myanmar was hit by a very intense, 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which led to a lot of destruction, not just only in Myanmar, but also in neighboring Thailand. More than 1,600 people have died and countless people have been displaced and a lot of property has been lost. Okay. So to do its part, India has launched an operation which will provide search and rescue, relief and humanitarian aid to these people who are affected by this. This operation is known as Operation Brahma. Okay. Now, in this operation, National Disaster Response Force will deploy its people. Okay. Indian Army is deploying its Shatrujit Brigade medical responders. So a team of medical experts have been deployed over there to help people. Okay. This is Indian Army's contribution. Then, apart from NDRF and Indian Army, well, Indian Air Force is providing relief supplies through C-130J transport aircraft. In fact, Indian Naval Force is also providing relief supplies through various ships, INS Satpura, all these. Second statement is correct, but apart from Indian Army and only NDRF is being used. No, IAF, INF is being also used. So this statement is false. 1 and 2 only, the answer is A. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I hope, I don't hope, I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. What do I mean by revision? Well, taking another 5 to 10 minutes going through the written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed above. You do that. Spend another 5 to 10 minutes just reading through these written detailed solutions. Now, these solutions are provided in our notes, and these notes are shared on our Telegram platform. The link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section below this video. You just have to click on that link. It will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for this lecture and do the necessary revision. And on that note, I'll be signing off with the promise of seeing you again with another set of MCQs. Thank you, everyone.